Yo, yo, yo. Okay, so let's start with yesterday. Yesterday I put these levels on, let's see, it's only important up to about right there. Alright, so what happened was, I think when I was doing it yesterday, we were like, probably it was around 8 a.m., so it was like right here probably. I was saying about how, I don't know, these were the levels I was watching. So, price, I'll have to go back and see what I said, but I was talking about the correlation between the premium and the discount daily wick of the previous day's candle. Alright. And then, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's hard now because we're back above all-time highs. But, alright, so what happened in yesterday's range was, so, 1 minute. Alright, so we, shoot. Alright, so the new day opening, or the regular trading hours closes right here, had this high and this high that were left. Oh, and it did end up, I forget exactly where I left off when I was making the video yesterday, but I remember, yeah, I put these two gaps, the 15-minute bearish, 15-minute bullish, it clearly came down into it, tapped this perfectly, consolidated again, came back down, equal lows right here into this little gap. Market opened probably this big, that, I'm not zooming in, but that down close candle right there, which left us a big opening gap like this, like an opening gap like this. Shot up, didn't fill it all the way, tapped that, tapped the new day opening gap that was in the upper quadrant of the opening range gap, came back down, took out these lows, still left equal lows right here. Just a wick outside of it. If you look on the higher time frame, it's probably just a wick outside below this 15-minute. Came back up, was holding the levels, came up, ended up filling in the gap. So it's right there. Oh, I already got it. Filled in the gap by 10:20. Consolidated around, kept pushing up. Let's drag this down. Failed to get below -1 of the Asian range, while also holding the yesterday's low after taking it out in the overnight session, and then pushed up. So we held the low after already taking it out overnight. We held the low and then pushed up past the high of yesterday. And then we came up all the way past these all-time highs. If the all-time highs are right here, you could see we just kind of pushed into it in a consolidation, pulled back a little bit, and then that was really it. Alright, so that's really what happened for yesterday. And then I'm going to mark out the levels for today. And just the same thing. Same thing, I'm going to come back, I'm going to mark out the levels, talk about them, come back later. So this is the 15-minute bearish gap with those equal highs. Spiked up, left the equal, another equal high right here. Consolidated, dropped down, took out these lows, held. And it's the only thing I find confusing is that we left these lows right here. But it's understandable because we already took out yesterday's low. Because this zero right here is yesterday's low. Meaning from Tuesday to Wednesday, it's Tuesday's low. Because we're not thinking about Thursday right now. Like this candle. We're not thinking about it. And then really it. Zoom into the 1 minute. Alright, so price created a big gap right here. I mean, we pushed up above it, came back below it, pushed back up above it again, held it, came back up, held it again, and then continued higher. Let's see, where's 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. One thing you'll notice, although this, when you go to the right, the 10 a.m. gap doesn't look like it did much because sure, it held it, but you could see the bodies went below it, but it's also a 1 minute time frame. But if you look to the left, you could see that it held it. You could see that it held it here. So, when it held it on the right side, you'd be looking for it to come back up to these highs. So, like, this entire gap is right. Are you kidding me? This gap is like this. Which you wouldn't know it was here, obviously, when it was doing this, but it came up, held it, just like it held it on this side, even though it wasn't printed yet, but you would see that. And then it pushes back up above that high. Alright. Now, let's take these off. See what's going on here today. Alright, so we got these. Put it on the 15 minute. Actually, I'm gonna put the plot this real quick. Another small new day opening gap. Right there. Regular trading hours below the new day opening gap. Yeah, price is freaking. Oh, it looks like it's a lot more points than it actually is. Only about 100, 110, 120, or 150 actually from the regular trading hours. I immediately see all these lows right here. These lows, these, got these here. Unpredictable though, because we're already above the all-time highs. Let's see this. These two highs right here fall below this one. That's what we did up until midnight. Let's see. Yeah, so you do want to see it fall below these lows like that, come back up, hold below it, and then keep going. Yeah, so what you can do here is either one, measure yesterday's range and extrapolate that upward. So let's see. Take this here. And there's a little pocket right here between yesterday's high and those previous all-time highs. Look at that. Between that blue line and where my cursor is standing right now. This little pocket right here. Put that up. So 1.5 is all the way up there. 1.25 is maybe around right here. So if it fails to reach 1.5, then you could definitely see a return to 1.25. And then you can also measure just what has currently happened. So take a fib like this. So that's what's currently happened. So the 75% of today's current range is pretty closely aligned with the 1.25 of yesterday's range, 125% of yesterday's range. Alright, so that little pocket right here. We know market's gonna open up right here. Market opens up right there. We have a yeah, so look at this. That's pretty much where the new the regular trading hours close. You see those that pocket between the 75%, 75% of the current range of price and 75% of the presumed opening range gap. That little pocket right here, and then this pocket right here. So yeah, be looking, and also combine that with we're already seeing a massive, not massive, 150 point opening range gap. So I mean, a little bit tricky, because the reason it's tricky is because the price is opening above the the regular trading hours close at 9:30 a.m., you'd want to see it draw back in. But we also have a big opening gap, and we're above all-time high, so it's very well it could just keep pushing higher. So I'm not sure that the, expecting price to draw back into the regular trading hours close is actually going to hold water, but you know where it can draw back into? Like I was saying before, the upper quadrant, wherever that was. Oh, yeah, it's like right here. 75% of the range price has made today currently, and the presumed opening range gap, but you'll be able to get an actual measurement once it actually happens. And then I'll pick this down close candle as an order block that we would want to see reverse and then hold price below it. And I picked this one over the 830 because it just shows more respect to price. Like if you, right here, the bodies are more respected. Right here. You got that. Yeah, that's all I really got. These are right here. And I'll just put these on. I'll put the presumed opening range gap. Yeah, I'm not zooming in. It's like right here. I get this little pocket, this one. Alright, so it's clearly gonna keep it going higher, but yesterday, current day, mark this one blue until it gets back until price gets back below it. This could just be a spike up to go lower. Check that out. I mean, ideally you would wait until the, yeah, I'm not even gonna use this because the opening range gap isn't formed yet. So that's the levels right here. That's all I got. But then on the 5 minute, mm, mm, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna trade this. We got non-farm payroll tomorrow. Nothing really today. I bet. So I'm gonna come back sometime later and we'll see what actually happened. In price and in comparison to my levels. See if they're right or wrong. Yeah, but I wouldn't long this. I would, I don't even know. Either wait for price to come down into here. Could be a good short. All of these highs to come down into it, or even once you think price has created the high, you can measure this high to where you think the high has been. So current there, and then so like you can measure like if you think price topped out right here. That, yeah, but obviously this would be the strongest candidate because a little pocket and it's more importantly closest to price. 130. It's weird because price looks extremely extrapolated, like, but this is only a 35-point move. We're at 40 now. 35, 40.